Good morning, Facebook family, Recovery Nation. Franklin Alcoholic coming to you from Louisville, Kentucky. My sobriety date is October the 22nd, 2013. That's the day that God gave me a new life, gave me a chance at a new life. Now, I've already come to you with steps 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Dealing with those steps, Dr. Bob said that he could go through the 12 steps with 6 single words. 1, 2, and 3 is trust God. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 is clean house. 12 is help somebody. Those 6 words describe all 12 steps. And once we're working in that category, we have a no-fault recovery. We have a no-fault understanding of who we really are. See, the first 3 steps, step 1 is really getting to know who we are and what the problem is within ourselves, which is ourselves. Understanding that we're powerless over something and that we can no longer mess with it. That if we do, we got problems. We can always have problems. So the best thing to do is to work as hard as you can not to indulge in those chemicals that keeps us down, that keeps us lower than who we really are. The holiday season is upon us, and this is one of the trying seasons in humankind. I don't care if you're in a recovery program, I don't care if you're incarcerated in the P-Now, or in the psych ward, or even just walking the streets here without a job. This is the season that brings a lot of people down. We have to have our trust in God to get us through these times. Don't put yourself down at these times. There's places that help you. And I know, because I've went through these places a lot of times. I'm not saying that I've got my head above water, but I'm a lot better off this year than I was last year. And I was a lot better off last year than I was the year before. So each year it brings about a different perspective in my life and my wife's life. One day at a time, things will get better. Now today I want to bring to you step 7, 8, and 9. Step 7 is our shortcomings. And people ask, what are shortcomings? They follow character defects. So we know what character defects are and how they affect us as a human. But what are shortcomings? Shortcomings is a fault or failure to meet certain standards. Typically in a person's character, a plan, or a system. Something doesn't meet up to our expectations or other people's expectations is a shortcoming. And we have to level that off, get that right. And that comes right after we deal with our character defects. Because it says to meet a certain standard, typically a person's character. So once we get the character defects in order, we can get these shortcomings in order. Now the shortcomings comes before we take a list, number 8, of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. They don't say we just run out there at step 8 and start apologizing to everybody on the universe. Don't mean that. We become willing. See, we got to pray in all this. We have to pray to God in all this. See, God's going to have to give us the right timing to do this. Don't just go out there and self-will and do it on your own. You know, bad things happen, bad things. So become willing. And you have to put together categories on people that you can go out to and make these amends to. Because step 9 tells us we may direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. Now, we don't want to go out there and try to hurt nobody. It didn't say nothing about injuring us, them or others. It didn't say us. So we have to be careful. So we put together the list, and we put somebody down like that we think we can do it right away. We can put something down that we can put maybe or later. And then there's some that goes in the category of never. Those are the ones that we have to pray for. And let God take care of this. Those are some serious stuff. And don't go out there trying to self-will it and do it just because you feel like you got yourself together. That other people's not going through recovery like we are. They don't understand what we're doing. Only we know that we have to make these amends to someone we can't make. These people that's not going through any kind of program, they don't know what the hell going on. So they just look at you, they react. And it might not be a good deal. So just take these 3 steps and you take them serious. You can't apologize or make amends to anybody that you want. Families are the hardest people to make amends to, because families don't understand our behavior because they were brought up in the same household or by the same people that we brought up with. Like our mothers and my cousin's mothers, all them mothers was brought up by the grandmother that brought me up. And she didn't teach these mothers and daddies anything negative. So they wouldn't understand where I went off. What happened to him? They have to ask her, what's wrong with Frank? Someone thought I was demon possessed. I said preachers lay hands on me and everything. But when I got to the point to where it was time to chill out with that behavior, yeah, I let God in. I let go of the ego of easing God out and let him in. It says to let go and let God. Some things we have to leave alone and let God take care of. And the sure don't say only God can judge me. And that's what I mean. Because when it comes time to the down point to where I'm going to have to see the man at the gate, that's not going to be my next door neighbors. It's not going to be my recovery sponsors and my recovery instructors. It's going to be God. So when dealing with 7, 8, 9, I want you all to understand that we have to pray hard. See, when you get to step 3, 3 tells you make a decision, turn our will and lives over to the care of God. It's understood it. That means you're giving him all of it. The only thing we have to do is just stay sober. Work the steps. Go to meetings. I teach classes. When I teach classes, I take a lot about myself to the guys I teach, because a lot of them get to know me better. And when I go down the street and I see people, they'll start and shake my hand and say, yeah, man, I heard you speak over Centerstone. Or I heard you over CTS Russell. I remember you from Wayside. And things of that. That makes me feel good, because now it's not about me running around, people running up on me wanting money because I owe them some money because I want to get drunk. It's about doing the right thing. And that's what we all have to do. The right thing, man. Recovery works more on behaviors. I talked about that last night over at Wayside. When do we know we're on the right track in recovery? Because we begin to handle situations that used to baffle us. We handle them the right way. We don't respond to them negatively. We don't cuss nobody out. We don't swing on people. We respond to these situations the right way. It tells us that you do it in the right way. And when you feel like you feel like you're struggling a little something, you look on Facebook when it goes to groups. You hit the Recovery Nation. Hit us up. It's 21 members and growing, and they are the strongest members that I know in recovery. Yes, a lot of them is new, but they're strong. And when I come back, I'm going to bring to you about 10 and 11, which is the last two in the clean house. And then 12 would be to help somebody. So when I come back, I do the 10th and 11th. And then after that, I would do number 12. I may even do them all at the same time. But always remember one thing. We need to trust God. And we need the clean house. And we need to help somebody else. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Hope you have a blessed New Year's. A safe, sober New Year's. And I'll see you when I come back. I love you. Thanks a lot.